Welcome to Safari India's exclusive interview with Pasang Dorjee Sona, Minister Tourism, Education, Rural Works Department, Parliamentarian and Library. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
So now moving on to the interview, I'd like to ask about Nacho's development and the Swadesh Darshan 2.0 and what insights can you give us on it?
See, the Nacho has been just selected in Swadesh Darshan 2.0. So the tendering process and everything has been done. So the groundwork has just started. So once it gets rolling, then we will come to know, how much the beneficial it will become. But we are looking in for a new kind of experience in that Nacho, unlocking Nacho. So that's what I can say right now about the Nacho under Swadesh Darshan 2.
So basically it's like how Delhi Heart is in Delhi. So somewhat how that Swadesh Darshan 2, what's will be happening in Michuka and Nacho, because it also like how Delhi Heart has all the textiles is there, cultural performance is there, there's sometimes handicrafts is there.
Yeah, or something like in that line only, but it will be with a different flavor. And Nacho, the theme is totally different. The Nacho is like totally in a different line altogether. So we like conceptualizing a lot of things like the Nacho. We have a place called the Tsari Longor, which has been one of the most sacred pilgrimage for the Tibetan Buddhists. So those things also come into the Nacho trail. So that we are working on it, and like you said, the cultural heart obviously will be somewhat in the line of Delhi Heart, but it will be a totally different experience there.
Okay. And sir, now like how you've just unveiled the new tourism policy, what key initiative or strategies have been taken to promote Arunachal Pradesh or give it more upbeat and make it more visible to other parts of the world, focusing on how culturally diverse and rich it is?
Yeah, that's what the tourism policy speaks about. A lot of products, not only the culture which we know about Arunachal. We know Arunachal is very rich in culture. The culture is still thriving, in the rural and the urban area. And at the same time, when we talk about the potentials of Arunachal, like in the policy we have mentioned about adventure tourism, we talked about farm tourism, we talked about eco-tourism, and we talked about homestay, and a lot of things are there. So we are trying to encompass every possible product which we have in Arunachal tourism and try to grow it under this policy. We have this 5 years life for the policy. Within this 5 years we are trying to promote. While we say that we want to promote everything together, we will be focusing destination wise, so that our visibility goes like focused, instead of just spreading all around and end up having a very poor visibility. So that's what we are trying to do, and the promotion will be one of the main agenda, the aggressive promotion we are trying to do for Arunachal tourism as a whole.
So how do you plan to improve the connectivity?
See, connectivity, when you talk about the intrastate connectivity, like I said, Arunachal is a mountainous place, so getting from one place to another place takes time. But now with the new the road infrastructure, the place which used to take around 10-15 hours now takes around 5 to 6 hours. The travel time has been cut to less than half, and helicopter services are there to the remote locations, for the locals as well as for the tourists. And we have many advanced landing ground which has come up. Some are already operational under the RCS scheme, rural connectivity scheme, original connectivity scheme, and the URAN scheme. So like Zero is there, Pasigar is there, Tezu is operating, and obviously Itanagar we have got a airport, and Michuka is also coming up now. We have already built a civil terminal. That with Tooting will be another place. Likewise Vijayanagar, Anini. We are trying to reach out to all the distant locations through this ALG and a smaller aircraft, fixed wing, and the helicopter services are in place anyway.
In place. And what incentives will be providing, or you have in mind for the hotel industry that would be setting up for Arunachal Pradesh, in Arunachal Pradesh, like homestays and any other products along with the boutique stays?
See, homestays we are like promoting the locals only. So from the Department of Tourism, we are giving them a lot of incentive in form of cash. The homestays which are running quite well, which got a good review from the tourist who stays there. We help them, to improve more on that, and bigger subsidies and loan components are also there if you want to make it a bigger venture. And you talk about the hotels. The hotels will depend on the hoteliers who come in there. What are the exact requirement they have. We can have it tailor-made, like we said. But we have a lot of changes in the industrial policy also, for investment, so that it's more attractive to the investors. So that way, Arunachal is going in for a reformation, when it comes to the investment policy, so that it's more lucrative. And as an investor, why should I come and invest in Arunachal? That kind of lure we are creating, so that there's an ease of doing business, getting the clearances, getting all those required certificates and all. Yeah.
So now sustainability has been a major part in hospitality industry, and at the same time managing overcrowding over tourism. How does it go hand in hand? How have you planned things for it so that you are also able to take care of the sustainable part of it, but also manage the overcrowding?
No, thanks to the social media and different organizations and the government initiative, when it comes to the sustainability part, about the ecology and how we behave with the nature. And tribal people, by nature only, we are in sync with the nature. We are in harmony with the nature. But with the advent of all this tourism and the things which we have seen in the other tourist tourist towns, what has happened due to overcrowding. So we're learning a lesson from those negative impact. So people are quite aware. Even the locals are quite sensitized, through the department's initiative and through environment ministry's initiative. And there are a lot of NGOs on the ground who are working, for the conservation and protection of the ecology. And also we see that there's a good awareness among the locals as well. And I've seen, like I said, even the tourists, those who come, they also quite aware of the fact and very responsible. And so the responsible tourism, now we don't have to work hard on it, because people know about it. So they are very responsible when they come in. One or two are there who are little rash about things, but that too also will be taken care slowly. And Arunachal, we see that since people are quite aware and quite sensitized, we don't see much of a trouble in coming days when it comes to this balancing with the nature and overcrowding.
So now in your tourism policy, you mentioned that there's a cross-border tourism as well. So how does it, knowing that China is just a few miles away, the last town, so how do you manage both the negative and the positive impact of surrounding by three different international countries, international borders, specifically keeping in mind how China is barging in?
It's just a misgiving about China having the longest border with Arunachal Pradesh, but it's the other way around. That's giving a lot of tourism. Okay. People want to come and see the border, so the border tourism is increasing. That myth about the international border and the China being a giant. Everyone wants to come and have a look. What the border looks like, how our different personnels are working there, in what condition. So I don't know, somehow the border tourism has grown by leaps and bounds, because people, they come to Tawang. If you see, most of the tourists going to the Bumla Pass just to see the border, China border, China and India. They just go and have and even if you come to Mechuka also, they will say we want to go to, they pay extra money for going to the border, because there you have to again get a pass to go to a border. So you pay extra for the passes and then go to the border. We have seen a lot of interest in the local tourists, who want to come and go and see the border. So in fact it's a boon rather than a kind of deterrence.
That's right. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time and giving us insights about Arunachal Pradesh and tourism and its policy, how it will go further, how you have planned things going forward, keeping in mind different tourism activities like wine tourism, adventure tourism, spiritual tourism, then farm tourism is there. So there's lots, so many, no other state offers so much of tourism opportunities as it is there with Arunachal Pradesh.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more such enriching conversation with Safari India. Thank you.